Welcome everyone to the quiz that's louder than your drunk uncle at a Springboks game. I'm your host, Philip Bass.
And I'm Leon Nivote. Today we've got two rock aficionados ready to test their knowledge of South Africa's legendary music scene.
Let's meet them. Yeah.
It's fun.
So, Cito, it's good to see you again.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember, we did an interview about 2 years ago. I think it's 2 years or something ago. And I'm truly honored for you to come join us again. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's such a pleasure, man. It's always great to shoot the breeze and include my partner in crime, old Martin over here. What could go wrong?
Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Martin, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man. Lekker to be on. Always nice to be invited to these kind of chats. Shoot the breeze with some peeps.
You guys have probably been doing this many times over and over and over.
We talk a lot.
Interview stuff.
Yeah,
interview stuff.
Yeah, it's not our first rodeo. But yeah, there was a period, especially over COVID and a couple of years after that, where it was just all the time, and it seems to have dwindled a little bit. So I think this is my first or second podcast of the year. So yeah, it's cool.
I'm very happy that you guys are joining. I don't know if you guys ever did a rock quiz.
No, but I'll tell you something for nothing. That this is a useless matter of interest. My wife and myself have been sneaking off to quiz nights in London occasionally for the last year or so. But they always ask, like the music section is always, they like ask ABBA stuff or Harry Potter or fucking shit I know fuck all about.
Always. It's always ABBA, yeah. Always.
You are really into the... Go for it, Phil.
Yeah, do you get recognized at these quiz nights?
I have once or twice.
I can imagine.
So you're really into the quiz scene. Do you guys have any podcasts? You guys follow? You guys into the whole podcast genre at the moment?
So Cito's probably a bit more than I am, but there's one I follow guys who do something I think it's called Interesting Things.
Mm-hmm.
Just two American dudes shooting the breeze about and rubbish, like stuff you tell people on a 12-hour road trip down to the Cape or whatever. You tell, hey, do you know that worms in the southern states of America are bladder crap, which it amuses me. But yes, anyway, see that?
Yeah, I especially was hitting it over the COVID period. That has, again, dwindled for me, but I do have my favorites. I used to enjoy Joe Rogan back in the day, just for the casual sort of, especially the guests that he had on. But then his politics just went all for shit, so it just frustrated me. And I like to listen to a couple of podcasts like Conspirituality, where they sort of debunk a lot of the sort of
conspiracy theories out there, I guess.
Well, some of the conspiracies, but also some of the grifters that are out there, that are challenging the norms and science and everything else, and coming out with amazing homeopathic products. So that's a cool one. I enjoyed a lot of Rick Rubin's podcast. What's it called?
What is it called? I don't follow it.
It's got a name. So I followed those. There was, at a stage, I was deep diving into the history of Radiohead and all of the releases and everything else. So the podcast called What About Music, I think it's called. Quite a few podcasts. I enjoy them. I think they're really cool for, sometimes when you take a break from the studio and listening to too much music, and you just want to get info and learn about stuff, learn about bands. There's a cool music one called Bandsplain that I was listening to a lot as well, where they were just deep dive into Morrissey, or they'll deep dive into PJ Harvey, and it's just like really, I find that kind of thing really interesting, you know?
I see the Rick Ribbon has two podcasts. One's called Broken Record with Malcolm Gladwell, and the other one with Bruce. That's the one, Broken Record. I'll look into it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, there's two
There's
of them.
another-
Yeah. So, and the other one he also hosts one that he does on his
with
own.
Bruce
you know?
Headlam, and it's called Tetragrammaton, which is a word I can't even pronounce. Tetragrammaton.
Tetragrammatron. Yeah.
Do you wanna check out something non-musical and very interesting? Check out any of the Freakonomics stuff.
Will do. I did follow that at a time.
It's wild, man. It's like factual shit. It's like what? But stuff you'd never think about. It's great. It's great. Also, if anyone hasn't, or if you dig like music stuff or opinionated cunts, Justin Hawkins from The Darkness is brilliant. He does.
That's fantastic.
Justin Hawkins rides again.
Again.
So
he's a champion. And then there's an Australian cook guy. It's not really a podcast or a vodcast, but he's got a few channels. An Australian chef guy called Nats, what I reckon. N-A-T-S.
Oh, yes.
Nats, what I reckon. And Nats is like the best, most realistic cooking show I've ever seen, where he just like take a fucking onion, cut it however the fuck you like. I don't give a fuck, and fry it. You know, like that's the kind of cooking show I want to watch. You know, go on, champions. Yeah, no, it's very, very good, very good.
That's the guy with the tattoo on his throat thing. Is that
tattoos?
One of the millions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all chefs are covered in tattoos. It's just the way it
All
goes.
chefs are crazy, dude. Like,
comedians and chefs and footballers are way more tattooed than rock and rollers. That's for sure.
yeah. So
afford it.
For sure.
So Wonderboom has been going for a very, very, very long time, and there's a couple of bands who tried to come back. I mean, we always talk about the golden era of South African rock music, which was the 90s. I think from 1994, 1995 to about 2000s. Now, you guys have consistently stayed together and make music. I mean, I think you guys have 9 albums out.
Album of the years.
10 albums.
10 albums now, yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 releases,
And you guys have won numerous awards, nominated for Best Rock Album a couple of times. You guys also won the South African leg of the 2004 Global Battle of the Bands and came second worldwide at the finals in the London Astoria. That must be huge. I know it's a long time ago.
21 years ago, man.
21 years ago. Now, one of the interesting competitions, I can say, Battle of the Bands that you guys did, which kind of like piqued my interest, was in 2017. I think it was called the Silk Road Indie Music Festival in China.
Yeah, we had no idea it was a Battle of the Bands. We were invited to play a festival, and it's weird. It wasn't meant to be for us a competition. We were just going to play a festival, but things turned out differently.
It turned out to,
when did you?
Yeah, it turned out to be so they decided as the preparation for the festival was happening, they decided to turn it into a Battle of the Bands, and I think there was like 17 countries or something that were invited. I think it was an initiative that the Department of Arts and Culture wanted to do to sort of introduce Chinese music to the world, and by inviting bands from all over the world to come and perform there. And yeah, it turned out to be a very beautiful and bizarre experience. I mean, Martin says it was weird. It was just weird because it was strange, but and unexpected. But it turned out to be really, really cool. And it's just it's one of the many stories in our journey that we just like put in there. Like, why not? It's just another Wonderboom mad experience.
You guys actually won that competition, didn't you?
Yeah, unbeknownst to us, we're sitting in the stands there. I'm sitting next to Cito, and we're talking casually, like there's massive screens and this audience and all these government officials in all the black gear, and from the regions, the leaders of the region. And Cito and myself are chatting, and we're all just sitting on the side, like we're shooting the breeze. We're not anything. Then suddenly, all these young Chinese folks around us just stand up and like shout and scream towards us, and we're like, and we kind of look up, and there's our name on the screens, gold winner of the Silk Road indie music. Like, okay, well, lekker. It was really an odd, completely unexpected in every way, shape, and form, even down to us going there, because normally, as a when you go over as an African thing or to represent a South African thing, you're usually going as some type of African curio kind of, if I could say that, as you're going as
darker skinned.
Oh, perhaps, yeah. And it was just amazing that we were going to represent South Africa as a rock side of South Africa, which was really cool. But and then ended up them loving it and them giving us an award.
Amazing.
No, the crowd,
cool.
The crowd is probably different than any other crowd you guys played in front.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, it was totally. I mean, for us, it was a real trial by fire, because, and I suppose for all the other bands as well. Like, it was like an insane movie where some of the bands were like Eastern European, and were like a circus act with like swordsmen and acrobatics and like traditional instruments, and it was like being backstage is watching all these different acts. It felt like we were in one of these crazy movies,
like a Tarantino Dust Till Dawn backstage or something.
It sounds like a movie. I think Netflix should buy the rights for this, because it's a really cool story.
Maybe that's our thing. So the audience were mostly it looks like university students that they had bussed out from different areas, and the actual competition was held the performance, the concert and all that was held in a circus tent, like a permanent structure. And because it was midwinter, it wasn't being used, so they had decked it out for this competition. And so yeah, I mean, the more we explain it, the weirder it is. But the crowd, like, they don't know who we are. Every time I would, twirl my microphone around, or Martin would do a solo, or one of us would jump or whatever, like they would erupt. They would stand up
and
on their
rise.
feet and, like,
they would rise as one.
They rise on their, and start clapping, and then all the sort of the police would like tell them to sit down, and they have to settle down, and like heavy controlled. It was really bizarre, but really sweet. And for us,
and no alcohol on sale. Remember?
Yeah, there was no alcohol. Yeah.
Was that?
That sounds like the perfect crowd. I mean, and sober.
Was that the weirdest gig you guys ever played?
No.
No, we've had weirder gigs than that.
Yeah.
But it was cool, like for us, it's, it was really cool to see how our music went down and how our performance went down to complete strangers who didn't know us or what to expect, and obviously seeing their reactions and obviously winning this damn thing. It was just like a cool feeling. It was like another sort of affirming thing that we're doing something right, and that we're enjoying what we do, and that it comes across that way,
Do you guys still have a big fan base in China or in the Eastern?
Not really.
Not really. We get messages occasionally on WeChat from people we met over there. Yeah. And the truth is, I'm mainly in touch with more of the artists that from the different countries, like the Confusions from Sweden. I'm still in touch with. They're pretty cool.
They're very cool.
They're very cool. And then there's a Indian perk player called Ratan Chakraborty, who I'm occasionally in touch with as our Indian cat. He's cool. Quite famous in India.
Mm.
So it was more like, I suppose, and then a couple of the promoter type guys, a guy from the States in Connecticut called Steve Sarasis, who we've kind of kept in touch with as well from that side. Man.
Yeah, we made more friends than anything else.
It's a big, huge country. You have to, I'm sure, to make any impact, go back many, many, many times.
No, agreed.
Now, when you guys were supporting Guns N' Roses, can we talk about that a little bit? Because that must have been a special one as well.
Sure.
Now, was this the original lineup? Was it when Axl did the whole thing with the new band? What year was this, and what was the Guns N' Roses lineup? If you guys don't mind to discuss.
It's 29th of November 2018 at FNB Stadium.
Were you guys allowed to mix with them?
They don't even mix with themselves.
Yeah. It was the one sort of disappointing thing for us. I mean, obviously playing to a huge crowd and having that opportunity and being the only band to open for them, it was, obviously it's one of we've opened for Simple Minds, we've opened for Live, we've opened for different international bands, and usually we were able to at least meet them. Rodriguez, we were at least able to meet them and all that. But with Guns N' Roses, nope, they came with their 100-strong army, and they took over the whole stadium. They took over security and everything else. They didn't care who we were. They said that when the band were going to drive past in the golf carts for sound check or to the stage or whatever, we had to stay in our room. We weren't allowed to be out and even look at them. It was really like very sort of impersonal and, and as Martin said, they didn't even hang out with each other. It was just, it's just very sad, but
it's at the end of the day. At the end of the day, 100%, I mean, I certainly don't hold it against any international band. At the end of the day, I think whether the fans like it or not, they're a corporate machine. End of story.
Yeah.
When you're a bunch of directors of a corporate machine, you don't all travel home together in the same van and stay in the same hotel. And that you probably don't even see each other maybe a couple of times a year in a corporate situation. The rest of the time it's meetings like this. You certainly aren't going to hang out together. Yeah, which is weird. No. It is weird. I'm saying that, but I'm saying from a corporate machine perspective, it's not weird.
Yeah. Well,
when you're that big, different story.
Yeah, they've been notorious not liking each other as well. So I don't think.
But I honestly think a lot of bands, and I'll exclude us from this because we're not like this. And I say that quite happily, but we're not a corporate band. But I think a lot of bands, once there's no money left, if there's no gigs or no money, there's no reason to contact each other. There's no reason to hang out. There's absolutely no. That's a job for a lot of people.
Yeah. But
and I don't hold that against them. Everyone's got their whole own vibe, and especially bands. Bands are weird things, When you break up with a band, it's like the band's splitting up. If you're a single artist and you break up, it's called a mental breakdown.
Yeah, and you can see that with live gigs. I mean, when a band interacts with the audience and they kind of give you like a little give and take, when they come and they play the song, and they come and go, you kind of like feel like you've been cheated because I've got the records. I don't want to hear the songs I listen to every day. You want that the mistake, that bit of like interaction, a bit of like a little bit something.
I wish everyone was like you. Because that's what I want. That's what I want from a live show. You know how many times I've heard people at shows going, it just didn't sound like the CD. I'm like, do you really want it to?
CD in your car, my friend.
I think, or I believe, a lot of people's ears are spoilt. They used to be delivered everything perfectly and clinically and well recorded and well well produced, well mastered, and even live because of the backing track thing. Like so many people play to tracks, which is whatever. That's just how it is. But I just think people's ears are spoilt.
And Martin, even more so, like people now have a little snippet of a song. Like, well, there's the hit song or the chorus. They've got it on TikTok or whatever, and that's what they know, and that got them into the band, and they go to see the band, and now it's a whole, which I mean, the real fans are spoiled, but the people the new fans are like, oh, I'm here for that one song, and they'll sit there and film everything. I saw this video the other day, and it was showing people just like crowd surfing and like moshing and then like back in the day, maybe 20 years ago, and now it's just people with their phones out waiting for the hit so they can show their friends I saw the band and I can share this clip.
So if I could comment on your comment about that, about it being a TikTok generational thing, them waiting for that thing. I think it's always been that. I think your average soccer mom from the beginning of time wants to go and to a Metallica show to hang out with her mates and wait for nothing else matters.
Sure.
That's it. But they were there and they're happy with that. And that's, so I think the length of time of that hit song has just got shorter to 15 seconds for TikTok. But there's still most of those people, I believe, in a stadium or a big arena that are waiting for 2 or 3 songs, period. In any band or any artist. When you go to very specific club shows or smaller shows, 3,000-seater shows, that's when you're going to get the best from big artists or whatever, when they can just deliver their thing,
when that energy can bounce off the audience.
And the audience will sing every single word to every song, no matter if it's been a radio hit or not, or it's a B-side or it's whatever. Those are like that rabid like listenership I love.
And maybe before, just because there wasn't the cell phone or the camera in every hand, they had to like crowd surf and do those things to just kill time until the hit they know comes up.
look, that's a straight up valid point, But look, in terms of the cell phones and everyone with their cell phones out, that's for sure. That's changed the hell of it. But I think a lot of people at gigs are there for the couple of songs.
Yeah. Now, relationships seems to be very strong with you guys as well. And if I can bring Danny DeVet in, and he has...
You haven't got him there, have you?
No, no. Actually not, but
here's Danny.
I got a clip of a story that he told about Rodriguez and Cito. And Cito, I hope you don't mind me playing it, but I'm going to play it, and then I would like to hear your comments on that.
Yeah, you mean Cito's real version?
I don't know which one is real, so now we can hear it.
I'll play Danny's and she does version of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Played a festival, and Rodriguez played it around 6:00, and Wonderboom was on at about 9 or 10. And Rodriguez came and sat next to me in the change room. I actually thanked him nicely, and he thanked me for thanking him. And then Cito came up, and in Spanish, Cito went, and Rodriguez was nodding politely. And when Cito had finished, Rodriguez went, "That's great, man, but I don't speak Spanish."
So if you could give comment on the story when you spoke to Rodriguez during that time.
Okay. So what actually happened was, he was on the side. We were actually on the side of the stage, and some other band was playing. And I went up to him and I started speaking to him in Spanish, just saying how much I admire him, how his music was such a big part of my youth when I was in high school, and all of my friends were listening to the music and his tunes, and I was blown away by the fact that I only discovered him here in South Africa, and that he's so big in South Africa, and he's really like a poet of his time, and his music is timeless. And I was just saying all this stuff in Spanish, because I speak Spanish. My mother's Puerto Rican, and I grew up speaking Spanish, and I assumed that he would, him being of Mexican descent, spoke Spanish. But anyway, so he was just looking at me blankly, and he's like, "Sorry, man, I actually don't speak Spanish. It's just I know I'm Mexican descent, but I don't speak Spanish." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, man." What I was saying is, and I started repeating everything I said in English, and about halfway through, he's like, "I'm sorry, man. These people want to take a photo with me. I hope you don't mind." And he cut me off, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, sorry." So I walked off, and these fans came up and they started taking photos. But that's my version of the story. I'm sure everybody has it. I'm sure Rodriguez has his own version of the story.
Yeah. He's truly an amazing guy. I mean, like exactly what you said about him is my feeling about him as well. He's one of my big musical influences, definitely. So
I love how we all thought that everyone loved a new Rodriguez when we were younger. We just, and then, the Sugar Man thing came out and was like, oh, wait, he was this dude. And blah, blah, blah. It's like, how come nobody knew about this dude? But now they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing the story.
I definitely come from a different angle with that thing. That whole, as much as I like him, I appreciate him, and I know his music. I have a different theory on a lot of people our age in South Africa, and what they were influenced by. We were fed such a narrow band of music by the SABC and the apartheid government that most people our age in South Africa will tell you they like the same stuff, even if it's alternative stuff. Whereas where I'm from in England, there's so much more. It's so much more wide. Like what people our age are exposed to and what they're into. Where here, I find it's people our age are such a narrow band where they all go Violent Femmes, Rodriguez, whatever, stuff, Guns N' Roses, stuff they were just fed on 5FM or via Barney Simon's 5FM. But other than that, there was nothing else. So it's such a narrow band, I find, Whereas I think Rodriguez is great. Hear me out. No, I love his revolutionary mindset, but there's a million artists like him.
No, true story. But don't you think in some aspect it's kind of a blessing we had a narrower scope of music, because we the bands we were introduced to, I'm speaking for myself maybe and the friends I know, you got so obsessed with these bands because there was I think we're spoiled for choice these days. It's hard to find bands in this whole vast of Spotify and everything. I like to find a band that I like, and then I like to get obsessed with this band. I want to know everything.
Me too.
I've always been like that. And because we had
I like
less
to get
bands,
into every album and every.
I want to hear the backstory of everything. I mean, back in the day, it was like like Guns N' Roses or the Pixies or you guys. Everything. Like, I want to know what your mother's name was, where she went to school, everything. Because I love this band so much, I just want everything. I mean, when Top 40 magazine was still a thing, and like before the internet, just like posters on the wall. I remember my dad coming to my room and just tearing off my big Wonderboom posters and things like, yeah, Ram, I told you, and they go into the trash and like taping it together and sticking it up because I was obsessed with the 5-10 bands I was obsessed at the time.
And I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I used to, even to this day, we were saying in December on tour, and we were asking each other about how you listen to digital music and how you absorb it still. And we're chatting about it, and how it changes. And for me, I still like to listen to an album or an artist and get into those albums and listen to them to death.
To death, until that irritates you so much you have to take a break for a year or two.
But someone like Jono, for example, our drummer, he battles to listen to, when he's playing his stuff in the car, he battles to listen to any song until the end before he's like, wait, I want to play you this. And then I'm like, yes, play me a whole fucking album of something. Let me like absorb it,
Call that ADDJ. Yeah.
ADDJ.
Yeah, ADHDJ.
But I find a lot of people are like that. Like, yeah, man, I don't know. It was a much narrower band. Even I'm saying my influences from the UK, and that it was a much wider band than here, but it was still narrow compared to now.
Yeah.
because you were still just getting fed
time.
by 4 or 5 radio stations, and back then 4 or 5 record companies that were feeding those radio stations.
Yeah, and so most of them will get censored, so that's the only things that come through. But it's an interesting point
that was
you make.
the big thing in South Africa, which was really weird, was the censorship of some things. Like Buffalo Soldier was okay to be played on radio, and so was Gimme Hope, Joanna.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Give You Up, Joanna was literally about.
It was literally like you could ask the average farmer in Bloemfontein. He'll tell you, "Yeah, ek smaak hy liedjie," having no concept of what it was about.
Exactly, the long arm with their khakis and stuff, having no idea.
So I mean, it was weird in that way with the censorship thing and what music we got as well, and what we were allowed to have, and what they still give us again. Like you could still get hold of stuff like Rodriguez, which was completely revolutionary.
Mm.
But yeah, then you couldn't see a nipple in a magazine.
Remember the scope with the stars on the nipples? I grew up thinking chicks had stars on their nipples, man. It was a big disappointment when they didn't.
If you go to Madame Zingara or whatever, they still rock the stars on the nipples with tassels.
Ooh la la. I'm getting turned on just hearing this.
Okay, so we have quite a lot of questions. I'm not going to go through all of them because I want to get to the quiz thing. But
Cool.
There's 2 questions. And on the thing that you were talking about, I'm quite interested. Clearly, we're doing a show about music. We love music. And what you just said, I love it. The last album that you sat down and listened to, not just heard it by the grapevine, but the last album you sat down and listened to. Maybe both of you can enlighten us.
Or the last album you got obsessed with, like we just spoke about, the last band or album you're really into.
Should I?
I'll have to think about that. If the way we're consuming music these days is, on Spotify every Friday I get the release radar, and I'll hear new singles, and then and sometimes there'll be an album attached to it or whatever. But I have to think about that. I'm sure Idols would be one of the latest albums that I've listened to from beginning to end. The Cure.
Yes, that album is
great. It's a great band, great album. I remember hearing the Idols the first time. I was like, this is exciting, and just feeling excited about something was exciting.
Yes, me too. That Idols Tank album. The first 2 are good, but Tank. Cito and myself listened to it a lot last winter. Man, that's powerful.
Yeah. Great band. Very, very cool what they're doing, and something fresh. I think they've inspired a lot of people to do something different and just be a bit wild and a bit.
Fontaines as well. Lank, interesting band. Fontaines,
great band.
Yeah, yes. Interesting band. Wet Leg, also super interesting.
Oh, Wet Leg, new album coming out, new singles just out.
If we're talking newer music, I've been obsessed with every Queens of the Stone Age album, but much later in my life. I was never into Queens in the early 2000s or whatever, but it came much later for me, and I just think they're one of the best rock bands ever. And then my obsession with Arctic Monkeys, they could take a shit on a piece of vinyl and I would buy it.
Well, they did that actually.
They did.
Did you buy it?
Yeah, I did. I've got it. Wait, I'll show it to you. Listen, mate, that album, that hotel lounge album. What's the Tranquility Hotel and Spa and Casino and Resort?
Not the car and the. Yeah.
The Tranquility Hotel, Casino and Resort. That album. If you get it and do some research on it, it's amazing how conceptual it is. It's brilliant. It's so brilliant. Took me a while. There's hardly any rhyming couplets on the whole album, which is very interesting lyrically.
Wow.
Like he just doesn't bother rhyming. It's just like a story, but it sounds so like it's beautiful. And then one of my albums that came up as my most listened to Spotify album of last year, which it's ridiculous by a long shot, like by hundreds of %. It's just an album I'm obsessed with. It's a Jamaican guitarist called Ernest Wrangling, and it's an album called Below the Baseline. And I just, for years, I cannot get enough of that album. I listen to it over and over and over again, and I find new shit in it every single time. He also plays on that album with a Jamaican piano player called Monty Alexander, who just plays the coolest shit. Now I'm not a jazz head. Like I don't understand it. Like I'm a studied musician, but I don't really understand jazz. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Especially the highfalutin stuff. It's way over my head. It's way too much for me. However, that album is a jazz album, but it's jazz from Jamaica. So it's jazz ska.
Wow. Yeah.
That album floats my boat like, I don't know. It's just one of those legendary. Never can get enough of it.
It's fascinating. I mean, you're selling it well. Okay.
Except I can't stand the look of him. He looks exactly like Jacob Zuma. I cannot stand the sight of him.
I love it.
Immediately not a fan.
Please don't take that. It's the best album. It's the best album.
We're definitely going to check it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a shout out to some of the South African bands focused on the South African rock scene. You're a musician that you look up to. Either it's a guitar player, it can even be a vocalist, somebody that you can rate above other people. And that's your personal opinion. We're not going to throw other people under the bus, but just somebody you look up to in that sense.
In the local South African scene.
Okay. Cito?
Wow. You've narrowed it down to rock, right?
Yeah.
I can open it up for you. Anybody?
You know what band? Well, no, I mean it's cool. I mean, I do have my favorites in a lot of genres. I got seriously obsessed with Medicine Boy a few years ago. Lucy Kruger and Andre Leo. They just made the most beautiful music. Like completely spoke to my soul, and lyrically, and the way they perform, the intensity and the beautiful sounds from Andre Leo's guitar playing. As far as rock is concerned, I became like a serious fanboy for a while. I like her solo because she's gone off and done the solo thing. They moved to Berlin, and she's now under Lucy Kruger and the Lost Boys, and those recordings and her performances are really, really amazing as well. She's just developing as an artist, she's really world class. But there's something about the Medicine Boy combo and the recordings and the songs that really speak to me. So yeah, I would say Medicine Boy.
I love it. Martin.
There's a good few albums that are really, this, I'm going to say this from just a music head point of view and not a fan point of view. But the production on the last AKA album was spectacular.
AKA?
R.I.P.
The rapper?
No, yeah.
The late rapper.
The latest AKA. The production was really like mega detailed. I'm not a fan. But in terms of that was really, there's a lot of different reasons. Like I'll give you certain things. Like, also it's very difficult for me to separate hip hop and rock. I see it as the same fucking thing. It's the same attitude. It's lifestyle. It comes from when you're young. It comes from where you're from. It comes from the streets. It's the same, comes from the same place. Like a knob. Anyway, it's, but in terms of for me as a guitar player, like I love Loki Rothman. He's mind blowing. Also, not a fan of his music too much, but as a player, yes, he's astonishing. But then if I just go for a rock band that I buy into like wholeheartedly in this country, and I just is like fuck off for the Van Coke thing, like I believe them, like I believe Francois when he opens his mouth. There's a lot of people I'm like,
But
you can't
Franco's
think-
new album, I mean, I'm Afrikaans and everything he says speaks to me. And I think he does that for the generation, which is,
is Dagdrome on the new album.
I know Dr. So the previous album, the new album just launched. I think they won like 8 songs already
okay.
for that. And it's a banger.
Like he, for me, he deserves, or they deserve that credits of like, I like it when I buy into a band, you know, like when I buy into them, like whatever they do, like I believe them, and I'm happy to watch them and go, yeah, cool, I buy in.
I love how all 3 bands you just mentioned, the bands you're not into, but bands you respect because of what they do or how they do it. And that's cool.
It's because I'm a fucking heavy music snob. I'm super hard to please, bro. I'm super hard.
You're like Hansel. You're like Hansel in Zoolander when they interview him for that fashion show, and he's like, I really like Sting. You know, I really love Sting. I don't listen to his music, but I appreciate what he does.
Exactly. Exactly. The question was who are you into? Like, I'm not into any of these guys, but I love what they do.
I love what they do. Sure.
Well, thank you for that. It's very enlightening. I love it.
For me, just as a little side note, I had this love-hate relationship with rock. I think most people assume that I listen to rock all the time because I'm a rock singer and I'm in a rock band and whatever. But most of the time I listen to all sorts of other shit. I have the most eclectic and wide taste in music. I'm always listening to everything but rock. So every now and then Wet Leg or a Idols or a Fontaine's DC will like, you know, grab me and I'll be like, oh, this is really cool. It sort of rejuvenates my love for rock. But I found that rock has eaten itself. And I think that's why, part of the reason why it's so out of fashion at the moment, you know, and irrelevant in South Africa. It's like, it's doing its cycle thing where it goes in and out of fashion. And it's almost like, you know, there'll be like a retro sounding new band that comes out that sounds like Led Zeppelin or whatever. And then, you know, or there'll be something really fresh that'll like really grab you and stuff. But then I lose interest quite quickly, and I like to consume like ambient. I like to consume electronic, orchestral, some avant-garde, some, you know, like I really go down these different rabbit holes when it comes to personal consumption, and it takes a lot for me to really stand up and go, oh, rock, that's really, you know, that band's really exciting me, you know.
Yeah,
there's a lot of genres slicing there as well.
A lot nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays,
a lot of pop songs are like pop and rock and everything is a bit of the
crossing over.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think we are ready to get the quiz going. Are you guys fine with that? Okay.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, you guys are locked and loaded. We're going to give you the rundown. Here's how it works. Each of you will face 10 questions about South African rock bands, songs, history, the works.
Correct answers will score you 20 points. If you require a hint, it'll cost you 10 points, and you'll only get 10 points for that question.
If by chance you get it wrong, the question will go to your opponent if he wants it, but a correct answer will only bag them 5 points.
However, you will be asked another question after that, and wrong answers gets you nothing but our sympathy.
At the end, we'll tally up the points and crown our rock royalty for this episode.
As a bonus, you'll both go into our national leaderboard, and you could possibly crown the Rock Quiz South African champion.
You have 30 seconds to answer the question. That's 30 seconds in Africa time, by the way. And we will alternate the questions between you guys.
Okay.
So are you guys ready to rock? And that means rock, paper, scissors. We'll do it on my count. Hands up, classic Ching Chong Cha. Let's go.
Okay.
Ready? Ching Chong Cha. All right. I can see Martin's got scissor. Scissor beats paper. Martin, you are our first contestant. Phil will ask you 2 questions, followed by myself. And then Cito, it's your turn, and we'll just alternate between 2 of you guys. All right. Here we go. Phil, take it away.
Martin, are you ready?
Go on.
Which South African band was formed in 1996 after guitarist Julian Sun, whilst playing with his band Urban Creep, invited a girl from the audience
Henry
to sing
Eight.
with him? Henry
Henry
Eight. Well done. Henry Eight was a South African band that came to fame in the mid-1990s, headed up at the time by lead singer Karma and Swanepoel, who's currently living in the States. Interesting thing is, while Urban Creep and Julian Sun was playing at a festival with the band, he invited a person from the audience to come join them on stage and sing with him, and that was the birth of Henry Eight. Interesting fact.
Well done, Martin.
Thank you.
Okay, Cito, are you ready? Name the band.
Yeah.
They became a natural success when a German radio DJ heard their single while vacationing in South Africa, and he played it on the air in Germany. They quickly rise to the top of the German pop charts. I got a hint for you.
If you take the hit,
I
it'll
think,
cost you 10 points.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so I won't take a hint.
You know.
So if I get it wrong, I'll get 0. Is that correct?
Yes, and
Correct.
then Martin has the option.
Martin
to-
can steal for 5 points.
It's either Prime Circle or Watershed, but Prime Circle.
Are you sure? Final answer?
No, I'm not, but that's my final answer. Was it Watershed? Oh no!
It was Watershed, most famous for their signature tune
Indigo Girl.
Indigo Girl. In 2002, their song "Fun" was
Indigo
also
Girl.
used in. Yeah, that was
Yes.
interesting.
It was
fact.
also translated into Cantonese.
Oh,
Really?
Indigo
Yeah.
God.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know.
Another interesting fact.
Oh
Greg,
damn!
Greg, the lead singer, was a high school teacher before forming the band.
Just like Sting.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I don't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, Sting was a history,
I actually-
history
I
or
actually-
English teacher.
Yeah.
So that's 20 points for Martin that round. Just checking, Phil, did Martin get the 5 points from Cito there? We're shouting out Watershed?
no.
Okay.
Cito
No,
gave
you.
the answer.
Philip. Yeah, Cito gave a wrong an answer. Yeah.
I said it was either Watershed or Prime Circle, and I went with Prime Circle.
Cito, I was giving you so many visual cues.
Yeah, I
if you
knew
just
this
look
one.
at my screen, I was like, the other one. All right.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
I must
All
say, from the clue, I'm very impressed because it's a very wide clue, and you nailed it down to 2 bands.
Yeah.
So I must say that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, Leon, you are up.
All right, round 2. All my questions are based on the bands you got covered on the Rewind album, one of my favorite Wonderboom albums. So,
Okay.
Martin, here we go. Wonderboom covered the song Charlie, Enslaved into the Habit, in a rock quieter style on the Rewind album. Rabbit is a South African pop rock band formed in Johannesburg in 1972, consisting of members Duncan Faw, Trevor Rabin, Ronnie Robots, and Neil Cloud. Your question is, what was Rabbit called before they decided on the name Rabbit? If you want a clue, it's going to cost you 10 points. What was Rabbit named after they called themselves Rabbit? Or before they called themselves Rabbit, sorry.
That's a tough one.
The Something Boys. I don't know.
Not the Something Boys. I'll give you a clue for 10 points, though.
Okay, go on.
Okay, it's a single word for a number of different things or parts or items that are grouped together.
The plural.
Incorrect. Cito, do you have any idea for 5 points?
The Collective?
Close. The Conglomeration.
Very, very close. That's a difficult
Okay.
one. That's a difficult one. But
Yeah,
I
that's-
mean,
rap-
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I'm glad they went with rabbit because it's way easier to remember than the Conglomeration.
Conglomeration sounds like a bit of a clusterfuck.
Clusterfuck would have been a better name too, even better than rabbit. All right.
Actually.
All right, Cito, this one's for you. Wonderboom also covered E-Void's Shadows in a new Millennium Rock Cell on the Rewind album. Wonderboom drummer Danny also played for E-Void when he was at school. More than 40 years have elapsed since E-Void, then simply Void, began to excite young rock enthusiasts on the South African club and rock circuit. By 1982, E-Void strongly centered in the alluring songwriting, musical, even dramatic performance skills of the Windrich brothers, Lucian and Eric. When it was still called Void, they won the 1978 Battle of the Bands in the Witwatersrand, but could not secure a decent playing gig in South Africa. An 8-month stay in Zimbabwe followed, where they well received by audiences, starved of good live rock music, and where they recorded and released their first single called What? Now, this was a cover song. What was the first E-Void single that they recorded? It was a cover of a song, and I can give you a multiple choice for 10 points if you need a clue. So basically, E-Void's first recorded single was called What? And it was a cover song.
Yeah, I'm going to need that clue.
All right. It's a multiple choice. You got 4 answers to choose from. A, was it Jimi Hendrix's Fire? B, was it the Cars' Just What I Needed? C, was it the Knack's My Sharona? Or D, Cheap Trick's I Want You to Want Me?
What was the second one? Cars.
The Cars, Just What I Needed.
I would say
So you got...
Just What I Needed.
That is incorrect.
Ah, damn it.
It was actually a pogo-inspired cover of the Knack's My Sharona. Oh, shit.
No,
Martin's
you should
got the
have
answer.
given it to Martin.
Yeah.
Did you know, Martin?
I remembered from Danny. It was either the Knack or My Sharona, because Danny, I Want You to Want Me always used to sing it as well.
It was the Knack, and my bad. I should watch the screen instead of my notebook.
Okay. Well, we'll give you the 5 points there. Congratulations. And you had the answer. You had your hand up. So on default, you'll get the 5 points.
Wait, let me check with the judges. Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, but now it's my turn.
By the way, did you mention it was in Zimbabwe?
Well, I do have some fun facts here about the whole Zimbabwe thing. Yes. The older of the two Windrich brothers, Lucian, was born in the Netherlands. But yeah, that was recorded in Zimbabwe.
That was recorded in Zimbabwe, yeah.
Interesting.
Nice.
Wow.
They couldn't get enough graft here, so they went to go work up there at a hotel owned by a rich, hot woman who wanted to pump the whole band.
I'll tell you another interesting fact. When they performed their first professional gig in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe, with 3 other musicians, including the drummer Danny DeWitt, who later played for Wonderboom.
Correct.
Interesting fact. Okay, even though Martin, you got the point. You get another chance for my question. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'll give you a difficult one. The Newman. The Newman.
Hey, again?
The New Men.
Yeah.
Was an Irish band during the late 70s. They were spotted by a South African hotel owner who offered them a 6-month contract to play in his hotel in Durban. After the contract ended, 2 members, Derek Ryan and Fergie Ferguson, decided to form a new band.
Ballyhoo.
Name this band.
Ballyhoo.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well done. Ballyhoo is a South African musical group who had chart droppings. Man on the Moon was their biggest hit, and it spent 19 weeks in the charts. So well done.
So a month ago, 3 weeks ago, I did a guitar session for Stuart.
Yeah, I saw they're coming back and they're doing a few things again. So that's interesting. So you're working with them. That's absolutely amazing.
Well, I got called in to do a guitar session on 4 songs for some another project that they've got. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
Very, very, very interesting. Thank you very much. Okay, Cito, are you ready?
Yeah.
After vocalist Andrew Duggan decided to embark on a solo career, how many people or how many prospective singers auditioned to become the new lead singer for the band Cutting Jade? I'm not going to give you a clue, but I'm going to give you the options. Okay. A, 12. B, 30. C, 50. D, 4. How many prospective singers auditioned to become the new lead singer for Cutting Jade? I will assume that was around about 2008, somewhere there. I might be wrong. 12, 30, 50, 4.
I would say 4.
Final answer.
Yeah, I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have known
It's a very open question. Unfortunately, that is incorrect. But Martin, you want to give it a go?
Tell me the numbers again.
12, 30, or 50?
30.
I'm going to remove 4. You said 50?
No, I'll go for 12.
That is incorrect. In fact, as the sources told me, it was actually, in fact, 50 people went to audition to become the new lead singer for Cutting Jade.
And then who was it?
But I don't know. I didn't go through.
Exactly. Who was second to land on the moon?
Yeah. So I know Andrew rejoined the band later.
I honestly can't remember. Tell me, who was it?
Well, they had an interesting gig.
I can't remember who it was either, but they definitely had a singer. It was another blonde vocalist dude.
Yeah, we need to check that out. We're dropping the ball, yeah. So apologies to all the fans.
Don't suck, eh? If anyone can tell us, let us know, because we're all shit.
Yeah, it'll go to the crowd, and they can maybe message us when we upload this thing. Now, interesting fact for the band, they did in July 2002, they played a 4-date tour in the United Kingdom with which band?
Yes, we did. I've still got the videotapes of them doing very bad things in the van.
Oh, la, la. Guys will link that below.
Yeah, you want to give us the dirt on it?
No, the truth of the matter is, even back then in the UK, we were party heads. We partied a lot as Wonderboom, so we drank and we smoked a lot. And even in the van on the way to gigs and everywhere, like, my voice, I can't. Cutting Jade, we were like, fuck off. So we were, so we partied a lot with them. I don't know, suppose showed them the ropes in some ways.
Yeah,
on that tour, we had some good fun with them on that tour.
Yeah, it's a long time ago, and both of you have been clean for quite some time. I mean, you guys don't drink nothing. You
Cito love drink.
Do you still have a few drinks, Cito?
Yeah, I have my moments of sobriety. I have spells of sobriety, and then I'll have my occasional fall off. But yeah, the other night I've been on a bit of a clean streak, and I only had tequila shooters. Otherwise, I was having cool drinks and stuff. And that was quite nice when you're not mixing drinks and stuff.
I try to stay sober in the mornings, and then
I had like 3 over a night or something like that, and I felt fine the next day. But
it's not like it used to be.
No, although I'm not a believer in the. It's great when you're straight, yeah, go rah team bullshit. I'm like, fuck off, man. Party, go wild, go for it. Fucking doesn't suit me, but everyone else, go wild, man. But that whole, like, it's great when you're straight stuff, I'm like,
No.
Not
You,
really. Yeah.
you do what works for you. And if it causes some health issues, then it's not for you, but you don't mind if other people do it.
Yeah, I encourage people. It's part of our job to encourage people to be badly behaved, you know?
Yeah, true.
Right on.
Okay.
I just don't appreciate it when it's within a band, when the party is within the band before a gig.
Especially before the gig, eh?
Yeah, I mean, we used to party a lot, but the one thing I think we've always kind of kept in line was when we're performing, we're giving it our all, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't shortchange the fans.
100%.
And that's why you guys are still around, still making great music. So yeah, we can respect that, definitely. So
All right, talking about making great music, let's chat about this one. Next question for Martin. Another great cover from the Rewind album, that's all my other questions, is Johnny Clegg's Africa. So in 1970, Clegg became in contact with South African producer Hilton Rosenthal, who signed Clegg and his songwriting performance partner Sifo Machunu to his independent label. The duo called themselves Jaluka, and almost immediately their music was met with controversy. It was censored and restricted by state-owned radio stations, and it was heavily frowned upon that the duo was of different ethnicities. Now the question is, what does the word Jaluka mean in the Zulu language? I've got a clue for you.
Hold on. Savuka is sweat. Jaluka.
I heard sweat, and I'm going to give it to you, even though... Jaluka does mean sweat.
Oh, and Savuka? I thought Savuka was sweat.
Savuka, I do not know because I didn't Google that one. But Jaluka means sweat. My clue was something you might do more in Natal compared to Gauteng or Cape Town because of the difference in the weather. So, Phil, I think should I give him 10 points for that? I mean, the answer was correct, but he did say Savuka instead of Jaluka. But the answer is the answer.
I think it was a good answer. So,
all right, cool. Yeah. 20 points, sir.
Well done. That was a good question.
Ang problem fana gate. Al pasha fana wamin. Yabut.
Ooh la la, look at this. Cito, don't worry. This one's quite an easy one. Maybe not. Another cover from the album is the song Sunday Morning Coming Down in a folk rock style. The South African Nashville classic has been performed in places like Babsfontein, Roodepoort, and Welkom for decades, was left up to Wonderboom to immortalize, and so they did on this legendary Rewind album. Now the question is, Cito, Sunday Morning Coming Down is a song written by Chris Christopherson, but was recorded in 1969 by Ray Stevens before becoming a #1 hit on the Billboard US chart for which legendary artist? So who was the
American artist?
Yes, who was the American artist who had the #1 hit with Sunday Morning Coming Down? Got a clue for you if you need it?
That's another difficult one.
Yeah, that's really difficult. Shame, where's Cito?
Country, definitely.
1969, huh?
69. Written by Chris Christopherson, but made a hit by another artist.
I feel like because it's not local.
Should we say?
I'm going to give you. I've got 2 clues. I'll give you the first clue for free because it's not such an obvious
Hank
clue.
Williams.
The clue was he was arrested 7 times. Yeah. He had a side career as a motion picture TV star, and his biggest hit was written by Anita Carter.
Do you know who that is, Cito?
Oh, Johnny Cash. Oh,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well done.
Yes, sir. 20 points.
Well done. I wanted to bring in Rick Rubin.
It would have been a good clue.
My next clue was he didn't always wear black.
no, I didn't deserve that one.
I think you got it. I think it was a very
I think it was too difficult. So I think, well done. Well done.
Would have been a good clue,
We'll give you there. and it balances out to
Oh,
Luca
wow.
and Savuka. So
He wrote
Yeah, so yeah, it was written by Chris Christopherson, but
Chris Christopherson made a hit
yes,
by
but-
Johnny.
made a hit by Johnny. And by the way, his biggest hit, Ring of Fire, wasn't written by him. It was written by someone
Wow.
called Anita Carter. So it's another fun fact there.
was that
Wow.
June's mother, maybe? Yeah, was his wife's mother.
All right,
Yeah,
June Carter.
June Carter. Was
Yeah,
his
that would have been
missus?
country. Yeah, and her mother was a country singer.
Ah, there we go.
Awesome.
Nice
June,
one.
she was yeah. Okay, I'm up. Martin. Which South African band, known for their fusion of folk, rock, and reggae, released their debut album, Take Me to Your Fishmonger, in 1998?
Sons of Trout.
Wow. Well done.
Well done.
Yeah. And fun fact, they're going to do a show,
Nice one.
is it next weekend at Cafe Rue?
Oh, wow.
Good for them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. C2.
And Mike Hardy's band, Bed on Bricks.
I don't know.
Mike Hardy was a singer from Sons of
Yeah.
Trout.
Oh, you don't
And
know
he had
that?
an-
Yeah.
Singer.
He had a funk band called Bed on Bricks. They're like really muscular funk, like really good funk rock. Nice.
Yeah, up until recently. Yeah.
Bet on bricks so that Tekoloshi doesn't get you, eh?
Ah, sure. I'm
Yeah.
fine now. I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there he is.
Okay, C2, are you ready? I'll try and make it easy.
Yeah.
Pharrell Adams, the frontman for the band Nine, originally studied
Mhm.
what before the formation of the band? This
Jesus.
was in 1991. And because it's a personal question, I'm going to give you the multiple choice. A, was it journalism? B, accounting? C, car mechanic? Or D, sound engineering?
I'm just going to shoot in the dark. I'm just going to shoot in the dark and say accounting.
Unfortunately, it wasn't. Martin, you want to give it a go?
Journalism.
Well done. As one of South Africa's pioneering
nice.
black rock bands, Nine represents the fusion of Cape African and international sounds formed in the dying days of apartheid South Africa. While studying journalism in 1991 at Peninsula Technikon, Pharrell's musical horizons were broadened when he met and started playing with James Reynard, and so the experimental rock jazz outfit Nine was born. How did you know that, Martin?
Cool.
Because we, as a Nine, go way back, like way back before Wonderboom.
Oh, wow.
We did a tour, our very first tour, like as young boys out the house, in 1994. Cito was about 19. I was like 20. And we did our first tour. We were like gone almost like a month around the country, like just these mad teenagers I was mad early 20 oaks, taking all sorts of shit, having the best time around everywhere. And when we got to Cape Town, we stayed in Observatory in a place called Nuttall Road in this big commune. And we stayed in the attic that had no air conditioning or whatever. So we just baked our brains even further when we got to Cape Town for a week. And then we all played at a place called The Temple in Observatory. And we played with Nine the one night. And we were just like, holy fuck, these guys can play, man. These guys can play.
Yeah.
And Grenville had his big dreads. He looked like a bass player from Soundgarden at the time. Playing his bass low with his big dreads was beautiful. And Farrell had this like soul rock thing that we loved because we're not into straight rock music. None of us in Wonderboom are into dead straight rock music and that whole American sound. We're just not into it. And Nine had this beautiful soul, funky rock thing that we loved, you know. Anyway, yeah. So we go way back with Nine. That's how we know that, and that's how we know Nine. We're still very good friends with them. Grenville is one of our big buddies. She lives in Holland now.
Yeah.
And man, they were fucking shit hot 9. They were just great, man. And then James, the guitar player, was completely influenced by David Bowie's Tin Machine. So he played really weird shit. That was really different to what was going on at the time. I just used to watch James like, I don't know what he's doing. Like, I don't know what he's doing. They were amazing 9. Anyway.
I love the story. Thank you very much.
And then the whole concept album thing of Entropy. If you've ever listened to Entropy front to back, it's a kung fu movie.
Wow.
Making notes. So all the clips in that in between is all from like kung fu movie stuff, which was the early sampling of movies and that from the whole Trip Hop Ninja Tunes thing.
Trip Hop,
which us and 9 were big into.
Cool story.
Martin's got a killer memory.
Martin does have a killer memory.
He has this memory of an elephant, and I'm the opposite of that. I'm the yang to his memory. So I have a shit memory, but that's why I just always hang out with Mart, because he always say, Mart, when did we play that festival, or and he'll tell you the date, the time, like the year, the month, the day. Like his memory is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, Martin, let's test that memory.
I can't tell you what I had for breakfast this morning, though. I had no fucking idea.
Well, my next question is, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Was it kind of? My next question, and let's test your memory on this one. It's a Springbok Nude Girls question who came up at the same time as Wonderboom did, and it's from their first album, and I think their first single, Bubblegum My Boots, and it's finished that lyric. Cool. Let me sing it. I think it'll be a little easier.
You can say it.
Sky. I'll just say it. Perfect skies are blue and strange, just a thing of what have been arranged. What's the next lyric? Perfect skies are blue and strange, just a thing of what have been arranged.
No idea. No idea. Absolutely no idea. I'd be busking. I have no idea of most song lyrics.
All right, there's no clues, so I'm just going to give it to you. And the bloom of flowers here.
No, Cito, no.
Oh, Cito. All right, Cito, can you finish?
The bloom of flowers here, and my boots are still too tight.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Correct. And it goes on saying, standing here day by day, all I want to say is I think I know what's wrong with me. Yeah.
That was it.
Hasn't he got what's wrong with me now?
No.
I think it's wrong with me. Yeah. Or probably now.
I don't know. I thought he always said, what's wrong with me now? Anyway.
Now.
That's so great.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Love it.
Nice.
All right, Cito, your turn. I've got a multiple choice question for you here. The band Seether. In August of 2002, Seether launched their first official album, which earned the band 3 singles, Fine Again, Driven Under, and Gasoline, in which only the first managed to significant success, Fine Again, also did in the video game Madden NFL. Now, what was the name of this album? Your choices are A, Denial, B, Disclaimer, C, Indemnity, or D, Relinquishment. So A, Denial, B, Disclaimer, C, Indemnity.
Disclaimer.
Correct, sir. 20 points.
Well done.
Thanks.
That was a good one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I up?
You're up, Paul.
Okay. I'm going to give you guys. Okay. The next 2 questions is kind of guess questions. Okay. But I find both of them quite interesting. Okay. during an interview, Arno Carstens told the story about apparently driving over which famous South African singer after a gig. A. Was it Kurt Darren? B. Koos Kombuis? C. Valiant Swart? Or D. Francois van Coke? Now, this happened a long time ago, by the way.
Can I answer? Who's it for?
Who are you asking?
Yeah, it must be for you, Martin. Sorry, it must be for you.
For me?
Yeah.
You're asking
Okay.
Martin.
I say it's Valiant.
Damn. Now, I did ask Arno if it was with a Ford, because it would have been funny if Arno drove over Valiant with a Ford. Yeah, so interesting.
It would have been more
story.
on brand for Arno if it was a VW, actually.
Could have been. All he said is like he was reversing and he felt the vehicle shake, and yeah, that was Valiant. So I don't know.
The best story Valiant ever told us. Cito will remember this as well. He's sitting at about 3 a.m. at 4 Festival in Mozambique, and Valiant's sitting with us, and we're scafing and we're doping, and we like 2 bottles of brandy in, and it's beautiful, and we all just having a laugh. And Valiant starts telling us the story of he's at Koppie once, and they go and stir him in the morning and tune cool
man.
Valiant. And Valiant tunes fucking geen stem. Hy het geen fucking stem. Kan fuck sê nie. So he's got nothing. So they tune, well, let's see how it goes, because you're only on tonight. But now he's been jolling for 2 days already, Valiant.
Yeah.
So ek en Pieter is ook vir baie jare so. So he's a fucking champion. So he goes, they wait and they check him all day. So he's about to go on that night, and they tune him. So he's like, fuck all. Nothing. No voice. 0. So they have to fucking can the show. That's it.
Wow.
Valiant didn't go on that night. There was no voice. So
Wow.
the next morning they fucking send him back to the airport. He flies back. He says immediately he goes to the doctor in Stellenbosch when he gets home, and the doctor fucking sorts him out and gives him fucking pills and whatever and tunes him okay. No speaking, no whispering of any kind or whatever for 2 days at least. At least 2 days. You have to rest everything. It's fucked in there. So Valiant's like, okay, cool. So he says, so ek het my in my bed gepark vir 2 dae. Ek rook fucking dagga uit die bottleneck. Ek drink rooi wyn. Ek gaan aan like lekker relaxing heavy Valiant vibes, you know. And then he goes, to maak het my oor oop op die, he goes, op die derde dag, like he's telling a Bible story. Op die derde dag, maak ek my oor oop. And we're like, yeah, and he goes, and I open my eyes, and he says, like a fucking twist, the first thing I do is go, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, fucking, we laughed at him, eh? Yes, he's lovely. Anyway, that's his Valiant's part, though.
I love it. Interesting. Where are we? Okay, Cito, it's your turn. True or false? Jack Sparrow has 2 braai areas and 3 bars at his house. So it's a true or false one.
True.
2 braai areas, 3 bars.
True.
Was a good guess, but it is false. Martin, I can't give it to you because then it's just false.
Because it's got to be correct.
In fact, he has 3 bars and 4 braai areas at his house.
Yeah,
In 2022, Jack said he doesn't enjoy going out that much anymore, and he has set up his house.
Oh my
4 braai areas
Okay.
and 3 bars at his place.
What does that tell us, ladies and gentlemen?
You can tell us.
Some of us
It's
earn
nice.
too much
It's like-
money.
It's like Hatfield.
The sound bites. So it'll be name the song or name the band, depending on the question. There'll be a sound bite, and you'll name whatever.
Is it like 10 points for song and 10 points for artist, or is it either or, whatever?
No, it's
Then you get $50.
yeah.
Yeah. So one sound clip. You need to identify the
The
band.
artist
You,
and the song.
he will let you know. Yeah.
So for your question, it'll be name the band. There will be a clue for 10 points, or if you can name it straight off the 10-second sound clip or 6-second sound clip we have, then it's 20 points. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. All right, Martin, name the band from the following audio clip.
I'm just going to ask, are these all local or not?
Correct.
Battery Ninja.
That is 100% correct. And the song was Kiss the Machine. 20 points. Well done.
Let me play the rest.
It's fucking
I didn't
great
hear
track.
that, by the way.
Oh, so good.
Okay, so C2, we just let me know if
Can't
you
hear
don't
it.
hear it. Okay.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Let me just check the settings on my side. But if
Cool.
Martin can hear it, I'm gonna play
While you check that, I've just spilled something on the floor. I'm just gonna get a cloth. I'll be 2 seconds.
No problem.
Go for it.
Cito, I'm gonna play the soundbite again from the previous question. Let me know if you can hear it now.
Can you hear it?
I can hear you guys.
But you
I can
can't
hear you guys, but I can't hear anything else.
Leon, then we're going to have to skip the soundbite. Okay, so I have a question, so we can give him another question. Unfortunately,
All right.
So what's your
Okay,
story?
sorry,
Is Cito
guys, I
not
don't
getting
know.
audio?
no,
Not getting
that's
audio,
not
but we've
audio.
got
Not getting-
we have an alternative question to ask.
Okay.
Phil, you can go ahead and ask
Alternative.
this one then. Alternative.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Cito. Beyond performing, Theo Kraus has made a name as a multi-award-winning producer and engineer. How many albums has he produced? It's a multiple choice question. I'm going to give you A, 15, B, 50, C, 80, or D, 32. How many albums did Theo Kraus produce? And I'm sure this number keeps on changing and going up and up and up.
Yeah.
50.
Unfortunately,
That's a very familiar
no.
sound for me.
Okay, Martin, you're going to give it a go.
I'm going to say 32, which was your D option.
Theo Kraus currently is standing around about 80 studio albums, with many achieving gold, platinum, double
Wow.
platinum status South Africa.
Jesus.
And eight winning South African Music Awards. 8 songs.
Amazing.
Those albums.
Wow. That's amazing.
If you're listening to this, well done, Balas.
Yes. It's,
Yeah, we're trying to get him on, so I'm going to ask him his own question. I wonder if he knows how many albums he's produced.
Balas will have no, Balas, if you ask him, will have no clue, eh?
He's doing it for the love of it.
He's so lekker, eh? That oak,
Yeah.
I love Theo. Love Theo.
Yeah,
He's a
exactly.
genius, and he's so lekker, and that oak is so patient. I don't think anyone realizes how patient he is with his band.
Tell me, is Ballas your own personal pet name, or is that what everyone?
Oh yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I'd love to call him Ballas,
That's me and Theo's thing. He calls me Ballas, and he always talking about each other's balls, always for years.
Nice.
It's definitely a legend.
So, guys, I think it's no surprise, Cito, you were a great contestant, but Martin, you took it away with 130 to 50. So, congratulations, you are a winner. And I think it puts you on the top of the leaderboard, actually, because we used to have 10 questions, and Kath Greenfeld only had about 135. So, you are on the top
Kath,
ranking
wow.
position in the country at the moment. Yes, we had Kath and John on last week, and you are the number one in the country on the South African Rock podcast. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. But I had to say, as I'm accepting my Plectrum Award, that Cito's questions are much harder than mine.
Yeah.
Luck of the draw this Cito, so sorry about that. Yeah.
But fuck you all. Thanks for the award anyway.
Enjoy that picture, buddy. Let me just say, if you're listening to this on all platforms, if you have any questions you want to send in that you think you can stump Pockets with, let us know in the comments. And also, if you want to challenge Martin, who's our leader right now, let us know, and we'll try to invite him back. And thanks for joining us again, guys. We love your music, and thanks for what you do for the scene in South Africa.
Thank you. We had fun.
Thank you for rocking out with us. Whether you ace it or just enjoy the ride, we hope you're inspired to crank up some SA rock classics. Got a favorite band or moment we didn't cover? Let us know. Maybe you'll stump us next time. Until then, keep the volume up and the spirit loud. Catch you on the flip side.